welcome to the Assembly Show. I'm Michelle Bangert, Managing Editor of Quality. I'm here today with Girish Gopalakrishnan. He's the North America Senior Manager of Continuous Improvement at Case New Holland. And we're here today to talk about connected frontline workers. So welcome, Girish. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Michelle.
Of course.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So can you tell us, to start off for our listeners, how did you first become involved in quality?
Yeah, it's been a journey. I was just talking at the booth here at ASQ about my certification journey, how I started out as a industrial engineer and really understanding about how things work and how do you optimize the production, improve productivity, improving safety. And also I kind of get into the quality realm of, okay, how do you improve the customer satisfaction, right? How do you design a product or design a process that can help the customer's needs? That's where I got more involved, and through ASQ, I had amassed a few certifications, and coming from a background of with a graduate degree in industrial engineering, I really wanted to get into the quality side of the business with continuous improvement, and ASQ helped me with kind of develop some of those certification. I am a Master Black Belt certified, so that kind of gave me a lot more ability in terms of tools, lean tools, Six Sigma tools, coaching, mentoring, helping the people grow as well as part of this journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you said your sessions went well. Could you tell us a little bit about those today?
Yeah, my first session I talked about was how the connected frontline workforce is a solution these days that can help propel industries and really get them what they need. So what do I mean by connected frontline workforce? It is a collection of digital technologies that can help our operators, our frontline workers become more engaged, where these technologies help track the processes in terms of finding anomalies, saying that, hey, there's something going wrong, and also working with the operators and understanding, okay, what can we do to fix the problem right away? Because the more quickly we can fix the problem, it doesn't go further downstream and affect the customer, right? In this way, the autonomy is in the operator's hands, right? We empower them, we engage them, but then using the cutting edge technology that we have there. A lot of the service providers here today, like tooling providers, like torque tooling, like how they can be integrated into the process such that the operators can be more autonomous, so they don't have to stop the line in order to fix the problem, but then here they are trying to work with the process and then interact with the system and thereby improve the quality of the process. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's one of the topic. Mm-hmm. And the other topic that I talked about was certifications and how some of these certifications actually can help you advance in your career. There was a lot of good interactions of how the Black Belt certification, the certification as a quality manager, and Master Black Belt, and even the fellow that is offered by ASQ can help propel somebody who's interested in really growing up the chain, right? I mean, you start off as an individual contributor to becoming a leader, a coach, to a manager, a senior manager, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. So with connected frontline workers, is there common questions you get from people about what that means, or?
Yeah, one really interesting question is that I got from the audience today was how AI can be influenced in this whole realm of connected workforce, which I think is as AI as a solution. There are solutions available. Even some of the providers here, they do have quality management systems that you can ask a question, it can respond back. In that way, you can actually get the answers and quickly deploy those actions. But the next level is like agentic AIs or agentic AIs, where it's a very customized solution. Let me give you an example. So let's say there is a design software. I design like a valve on it, right? So I'm just giving it verbal queries. Like I'm just going to give a verbal query saying that, all right, hey AI, design me this valve with these 10 level of specifications. The tool, the agentic tool is able to develop an actual detailed 3D model out of that. I think that's the next step. So, but then it's coming. That's one of the interesting questions that came from the audience, but I told them I don't think that's there yet, but it's coming, probably in the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay. That's interesting, the timeline, how soon things come out. So
things are happening so fast. It's going to be there, Michelle.
Yeah, that's exciting to look. So do you have an example of how someone might use some of these tools and how they would enhance quality?
Yeah, absolutely. There are. I'm going to take torque tooling, for example, right? I talked about failure mode effect analysis in the seminar. So as a organizations understand digital technologies, they would also understand where do they really need to invest the money. They have to understand which are those failures, which are those defects, which are those process weaknesses that is going to be having the biggest impact in their business, right? FMEA really helps us. Failure mode effect analysis really helps us understand that based out of a risk calculation. The higher the risk, I'm going to attack that, right? In the same way, the organizations have to understand what are those big issues which have the highest risk that they need to go and fix. So in that way, they have to go and deploy these digital technologies in those specific areas, right? You cannot go and fix 100 problems. That's never going to happen. We're never going to get the budget for it. We're never going to get the resources for it. But trying to make sure which are those specific areas that we can target and focus, where we can deploy those digital technologies that can really create that connected workforce.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so when people are wondering about this topic, are there certain things, misconceptions you see about it, or things people might not understand?
Absolutely. Going in with the right tool in mind, right? So always having something at the back of your mind. That's what I would caution a lot of the process engineers or the leaders in this as they're embracing technology is that really needed? So go with an approach of trying to understand the problem and then get to the solution. You will eventually go there. I think there's even a saying out there, don't quote me on it, Einstein said that even if you define the problem, spend 80% of your project time in defining the problem, you will get to the solution, right? So in that perspective, you have to go and understand the problems a little better. Spend that time. So the misconceptions is, I go in with the project with a tool in mind, right? I have this technology in my mind, and I'm going in to fix that problem. I don't think it may be successful, but there's a lot of chances it may not be.
I feel like people say that all the time, like, don't use AI or any shiny new tool just because it's there. Use it because it sounds like it will actually fit, and there's a problem that needs that kind of solution.
Right.
So that makes sense. Although so tempting, you want to be on the cutting edge and following the trend and staying up to date. So it seems like
absolutely, yeah, you don't want to get into that fix. So
yeah, for sure. So are there other examples of technologies or things you've seen quality professionals use lately that you think is kind of something other people should aim for?
Yeah, so this is a journey. I feel for a lot of the quality engineers, we have to understand. First of all, trying to have a good understanding of that's what we call it as a Pareto analysis. Pareto analysis is 80% of the effects is caused by 20% of the causes. So trying to understand that critical minimum. What is that critical piece of issues that they got to understand? Making sure that there's a good buy-in from management, right? So that you can invest some money in it, because technology doesn't come cheap. So making a very deliberate attempt to create that strategic plan is what I would recommend, and the digital technologies can help you get there. There's so many out there. I mean, some of these amazing companies that are out here today, they have those technologies. It's just that, but do we really know where they need to get deployed as a manufacturer, as an engineer? Do we really get an idea? That's what I would strongly recommend teams to really explore into.
Just out of curiosity, what's the most interesting thing you've seen today? Have you gotten to walk the floor at all?
Yeah, there's a lot of some intelligent tools, right? I mean, those are the ones that catches your attention a lot because automation is there. Because I really saw like some of these robots functioning, some of these intelligent automation systems that are functioning here, smart workstations, right? That can help guide the operator through these different areas. So I saw a lot of that here in motion, because they just let these things run, and that grabs your attention. It gives all these noises, and that really is amazing to see what's out there in the industry.
Yeah, it's so nice. It's nice to like walk another plant floor as a tour to see, but it's also great to see it actually,
Absolutely.
in action, all in one place and whatever. So that makes sense. Good. So I think those are the main questions I wanted to ask you about today. But is there anything else you want to mention or think we should include?
Yeah, I thank you for this opportunity. I really I saw this as coming in as through ASQ, but I was able to interact with you, Michelle, and this is a good reflection of what's cutting edge technologies that are available out there, and for all the delegates here, this is going to be a tremendous experience in terms of knowing what's out there and really exploring what their business problems are and how some of these solutions can actually fit that, right? Fit their needs. So a good forum for that.
And a lot of
Really
interesting
good forum.
speakers and events and workshops and all that, of course. So yeah,
Thank you.
it's always nice. So, okay, well, that's all the time we had, but thank you so much for joining us, and we'll hope to see you next time.